Oh, the cop wasn't shooting?
No, they said a young guy was shooting at the cop. Good afternoon. He dead. They killed him. That was you said. Maybe he.
What song we looking for?
Nobody but God. Nobody but the Lord. Anthony Jumbo. Boom, boom, boom.
I was waiting until you got here. You want me to bring him
Not just
in? A
yet.
little bit. You got business spotlight today?
Yeah, we're gonna do one. You see this crispy lining? We do. Now let me see what the name of the actual song.
What you call the June bug?
Type nobody but God.
What the hell is that?
Cook County. I mean, not Cook County. Congresswoman.
Man.
A liberal. You don't got it. Zoe, where's nobody but God? We played it.
You just played the new Future album. That's cool. You take a listen yet? Man, Kendrick went off. I got the same. It's not Donda Clark Cole.
No, it's Anthony Junebug Turner. Zoe said she looking too. Zoe had it added for me. She said they could have taken it out. Oh, I bet.
So it's 20 seconds left in the mix, but
No, we ready. I survived it. I've survived the hurt. I've survived the pain. I've survived sickness. I've survived not having a lot of money in my pocket. And that's because I am a survivor, because I trust in the Lord with all my heart and I lean not to my own understandings. And in all my ways, I acknowledge him. And guess what? He directs my path. It is Friday up here in the studio. You're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. It's your main man, Action Jackson. And unfortunately, Tamara Fair is not on the air, but she should be in the air on her way back home. Last night was the premiere of her new movie, Kingdom Reign. Woo, 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 woo. Listen, we are on our way to Oscar status. You heard me say you know. Sharon is Karen. Even though I had a good conversation with some parents about kids sharing that we're gonna have to talk about on this show. I got a new revelation about that. But nevertheless, as those children of the Most High God, we are called to work together, share together, and help each other out. And so we are so excited about Tamara and her new movie. There'll be a premiere in Chicago going down soon, so we'll keep you posted. We got a great show for you today. It is Friday. There's so much going on, but I do want to take a moment and shout out everyone who came to the Dream Center's first co-working day at Decadent Coffee and Dessert Bar. They are more than just a coffee shop, and we learned that on yesterday. All day from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. We took over the coffee shop. We had a great time. We packed the place out. We ended it with a panel discussion. The Women in Business panel. We had some young women entrepreneurs that rocked our socks off with some great information. Shout out to Brittany Tillman, who served as our moderator, and our panelists included Mika Saunders of the Prosperous Dynasty Financial Services Company. We had attorney India Rios, who is a business trademark attorney, who talked about owning your brand. And of course, we had a friend of the Brunch Bunch, and that's none other than Miss Candace Payne. And she was in the building talking all things commercial lending, her several smoothie shops that she owns, and her new coffee shop that she's getting ready to open up in the River North area. So listen, these women were a powerhouse. And you know, I was telling someone this morning, Adam and Jarrell. I've almost said Justice. I'm sure Justice is at home with his feet raised because he looked tired by the time we got up out of there yesterday. But you know, I told someone this morning, you know, it's a good event when people do not want to leave. And when at 6 o'clock, I dismissed us all, and I looked up. It was 7:15, and people, the whole place was still packed. And you know what? They started doing karaoke. Shout out to the owners of Decadent Coffee and Dessert Bar for your hospitality. And guess what, believers? We will be back next month. And most people kept saying, "What is co-working day? What is it?" So some showed up just, of course, to support. Some showed up because they understood. But co-working day was simply what I call professionals, entrepreneurs to come out of your office, come out of your home office, and come and work in an environment with other people that are doing the same thing that you're doing. Collaborate, connect, and all of those things happen. I got some pictures up on the Dream Center Chicago page where you can see people in the coffee shop in different corners working. There were Zoom calls going on. There were business deals transacted in the room. I had one person say, "Hey, I just met the lawyer. Is this your lawyer?" I'm like, "Yep." Then the lawyer came up and said, "Hey, the young lady that just met me paid me a retainer right here on the spot." And I'm like, you know what? That is how you do it. And at the end of the night, the owners of Decadent told me, they thanked me for hosting the event there, and they said, "We want to show you something." And they proceeded to log into their account to show me how much they made. And I said, "Listen, I don't need to be in your business. I don't want to know." She said, "No, Action Jackson, I just want you to know how you and your organization were a blessing to us today, because not only did you come and support, we made more money today than we've done on any Thursday since we've been open." So shout out to economic development in action. That's what we're going to call it. We keep talking about economic development, but let's call it economic development in action. So talking about in action, we got an entrepreneur joining us on the show. She is no stranger here today. We got hot topics, and you know what? I am feeling really good. You know, the Lord woke me up this morning and started me on my way. And if you're listening, that means he did the same for you. And I feel like there's going to be some blessings all hour long. So you don't want to go nowhere, because we got way more to share right here on Inspiration 1390. Hey, it's your main man, Action Jackson, and the business spotlight of the week is Bronzeville Hoagie and Panini Cafe, coming soon to 238 East 35th Street. The grand opening is March 15th. If you're looking for a gourmet sandwich shop serving high-quality ingredients made simple and fresh, check out Bronzeville Hoagie and Panini Cafe. That's at Bronzeville Hoagie. Oh, I went the other day. Did I announce that? So they pushed their grand opening. It wasn't the day. So when I went, what's today? Friday. I went Wednesday. They were actually doing. No, they weren't open yet. So I pulled up, and they were in there preparing for a private event. So I was actually, and they did a video, I was their first customer. They had not had any other customers. And they took my order since I had pulled up. But the funny thing is, I was at my soup store on 71st, and the owner's father came out the back like, "Are you Action Jackson?" And I'm like, "He's not listening to you every day." So then he the one who was like, I'm like, "I'm hungry. Where can I go on the south side?" And he was like, "Go to Bronzeville Hoagie. You've been announcing it every day on the radio." I'm like, you know what? You're right.
0906 and step into your property dreams with LNS Development.
I didn't see that.
Crazy, right?
773-616-0906.
LNS Development, making property dreams a reality. So, you know, the real history, who's black history, who's black history, you know, the real history, without black history, where would we be?
Of course, this is Women's History Month, but here on the Brunch Bunch, we are celebrating Black women all month long because they have for such a long time not gotten the credit that they deserve. And on today's spotlight, we want to spotlight the one and only Josephine Wade, Mother Wade. She's the American chef and restaurateur. Mother Wade opened Captain Hardtime in Chatham neighborhood in Chicago in 1986, along with her partner. Mother Wade created the recipes, many of which were based on family recipes for the soul food menu. The restaurant she founded is now called Josephine's Cooking and was featured on Restaurant Impossible in 2019, and a street in Chicago was named after her in 2017. If you've never heard of Mother Josephine Wade, then you must have been living under a rock. I'm a West Sider, and I definitely know Mother Wade, Captain's Hard Times, but now Josephine's Cooking. And she is being honored tonight at the 2024 Chicago Defenders Women of Excellence as the Woman of the Year. Woo, 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 woo. So shout out to Mother Wade. I have been blessed to meet her, talk to her, text with her, and go out to eat with her. Mother Wade got more energy than I do at her tender young age, because I tell her she's a young woman, but I'm so honored. She was just featured on ABC 7 News for getting this auspicious honor tonight. And I'm honored to be the master of ceremonies, the host of the 2024 Chicago Defender Women of Excellence Award, going down tonight alongside Leah Hope from ABC 7. Of course, Samantha Chapman was our original co-host, but she just found out, and we're going to keep her lifted in prayers, that there were polyps discovered on her throat, which was causing her not to be able to speak. And of course, when you're a news reporter, your voice is how you make your money. But the polyps were benign. Adam asked me, what does that mean? Polyps are not cysts, not well, usually when you see polyps, you think cancer, right? But when they're benign, there is no cancer, meaning they just need to be removed. So she has to have surgery to have them removed, and for 30 days, I believe she will not be able to talk at all. So she's on her way to prepare for that journey. I know that's going to be very hard. She got I saw on social media, she put up, she has a whiteboard and she's ready to write notes to tell you what she needs and what she wants. But we're praying for Samantha. We're praying for a successful surgery. We're praying for a speedy recovery. And so here we have it. We just honored 2 Black women during our Black History Month segment. And you know what? We can keep going from glory to glory, from story to story. But you know what? We're going to allow KB Glory to Glory to take you higher right here on the Brunch Bunch. Woo.
So Zoe said she got the other song. She said
that wasn't the song. I don't want that. I text her. I put at First Church, He's Been Good. Is that in?
Yeah, I got that.
Okay. Wasn't the trap gospel? Zoe.
Some New York drill. They got the sliding 808s. That's crazy. Yo.
Yeah, they got the sliding 808s.
This is straight New York.
Zoe, did you listen to this? She told me, let it play, Marcel. Did you? Because you're not going to look up and say, all right, cut it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
We should do an event at a 30 and up gospel club. You ready for it? We get DJ Swagger would kill the club.
He do kill.
That's what I'm saying. We do a little night out. So Jesus wine or regular wine?
Jesus wine. Oh, Lord. I'm praying for Jarrell and Adam. That's true.
Why do you think Jesus turned water to wine? Sometimes some fun. Yeah.
I did. Y'all are nuts. What we got next?
What's going on?
Yeah. You know what? What are you doing tonight, Adam?
I ain't doing shit.
What? Well,
My bad.
Zoe said we need the youth to listen to the show too. Yes, because we're looking for young women for Jarrell.
Really interesting job opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, hey, listen. Don't despise humble beginnings. I know. Now that when I figured out who, oh Lord, are you serious? Hey!
How you doing?
Long time no see
Right,
in
thank
person.
you.
Oh, how you been doing?
I've been doing good.
Come
Hey
on.
guys, it's Tamara Fair.
Trying to run the world with 2 under 2. How you doing?
It's Alex.
All right.
This is
It's a
Action
lifetime of
Nice to
memories
meet you,
called
Alex.
Earn and Cherish.
Uh,
At Secure Home
Person,
and
okay.
Automation, they
I'm like, he
understand
too
what it
old
means
to be a
protect
son.
these
I
lives.
gotta be brother.
Authorized dealers.
Well, welcome,
They
Alex.
stand guard over 1 million homes and businesses, ensuring safety 24/7.
Yeah, how's everything been going?
365 days a
going
year.
well.
And you know what? Their
Just
response
growing,
center is
you
ever
know, the
vigilant,
company,
providing
the kids.
top-notch
Yes.
monitoring for burglary, fire, carbon
Yes.
monoxide, and medical
It's
emergencies.
that.
They will fulfill
How's it
and
going
even
with you?
exceed
How's the
all
baby? How's the
industry
family?
standards.
They
With
doing
Secure Home and
good. They
Automation,
doing good.
they have the power to customize your security
I,
solution. Round-the-clock peace of mind sounds good to me. Isn't that priceless? So let Secure Home and Automation be a part of your story, a part of your legacy. They're safeguarding your home and preserving your peace.
So go ahead and call 866-447-3344. That's 866-447-3344. Call today and make a wise choice to secure your tomorrow. Secure Home and Automation. You've heard the name. Now experience the promise of ultimate safety that they bring to your home. Call Stacy Chauncey at 866-447-3344. Stacy Chauncey, 866-447-3344.
Hey, believers, it's your main man, Action Jackson. Are you searching for a life-changing word? Look no further than Corby Bush Ministries. Tune in every Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Time to the Word Network, where Corby Bush Ministry brings you powerful messages that will touch your heart.
Do
and
we have
transform your life. Corby Bush
Voices of
Ministries
Fire,
is dedicated
Joy?
to spreading the
Since
teachings
y'all
of
want to play
love,
some young,
faith, and
yeah, I think it's
empowerment. Give a call,
Voices of Fire,
371-8768,
featuring
to
Pharrell.
connect directly with their ministry. And don't forget to follow Bishop on Facebook at Corby Bush Ministries for daily inspiration and updates. Don't forget, tune in this Saturday at 6 p.m. to the Word Network for a life-changing
goodness.
word.
Hey there, Chicago. Are you looking to buy the home of your dreams or sell your property at the best price?
Your quest ends at L&S Development. With our
No, I
expert
know,
real
I
estate
know.
and
I
luxury
just
services, we turn your
be
property
thinking
dreams
last
into
minute.
reality.
Don't let financial hurdles stand in your way. Our seasoned team is here to guide you every step of the way.
So whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, make your next move with confidence.
Call us at area code 773-616-0906
Oh,
and let LNS Development
the
open
store.
the doors to your property dreams.
This the
Again,
only store.
773-616-0906.
L&S Development, where your property journey begins and success awaits.
Where's the action, Jackson?
I'll tell you what's going on. So what's going on is Florida isn't the only battleground in the war on diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts. In Kentucky, lawmakers just moved one giant step closer to destroying DEI efforts on college campuses throughout the bluegrass state. On Friday, the GOP-controlled Kentucky House passed a bill making it illegal to spend money on DEI offices, DEI training, or DEI employees. If you do not understand the magnitude of this, we will jump into it. The bill also bans scholarships, specifically awarded to minority students and prohibits the Kentucky Council on Post-Secondary Education from approving degrees with, and I quote, discriminatory concepts, end quote, opening the door for crackdowns on teaching about, guess what, race, gender, and sexuality. And I quote, this bill will claw back all the progress we've made here in the Commonwealth. Felicia Newman of the Louisville Urban League told Spectrum News. It will render students less competitive in a global economy, and they'll be less educated than their peers. The House bill is a much more expansive version of a bill passed in the Kentucky Senate, which already raised serious concerns from civil rights groups like the NAACP. And I quote, we're not interested in being progressive. We're not interested in equal rights. We're looking at going and trying to become more insular than we currently already are. Raymond Burst, Louisville branch NAACP vice president, told Spectrum News. Now, the NAACP has consistently waded into these efforts to roll back racial progress on college campuses. Earlier this month, the NAACP issued a statement urging Black student athletes to reconsider attending predominantly white institutions in Florida after Governor Ron DeSantis signed a similar law in the Sunshine State. The bill will now head to the Kentucky Senate, which is also controlled by Republican lawmakers. Is anyone's guess if those lawmakers will stick to the hardline bill passed by the House, pass on it, or do something even more dramatic? So we've been talking about this, I'm sure, all year long, all week long. When we talk about election season, democracy is on the ballot, but African American rights are definitely on the ballot. And when you talk about DEI, we saw what happened in Florida. Um, One of my friends, good friend of mine, and I was introducing him yesterday at an event, and I was telling everyone he works for the hospital, and his job is to make sure we have more Black doctors, period, right? And then he's like, I love the way you put it, but then he would give his official title, but his official title is DEI, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. And his job is to go make sure he's recruiting Black doctors to come from all around the country to come work at his hospital so that we have more representation. Wow, but when you think about these type of laws, that means it would be illegal for him to have this job and this title and be paid for it in the state of Kentucky. And so then we're talking about scholarships. There will be no more, minority scholarships in Kentucky where you could say this scholarship is for African American students and it would have to be for everyone. But we're seeing this happen all across the country, and we cannot just stay silent, right? Yeah. We got to do something. They say if you see something, say something. Well, we see this happening. We definitely got to say something. And you know what? I want to ask my main man, Jarrell, what are his thoughts on this situation? Because usually he my 8-man corner, which is always good. But I want to bring him to the podium. What do you think about this, though? When you think you're a younger brother, because we both young brothers, I ain't that old, but you're a younger brother. But when you think about DEI, see, when I was 28, 29, 30, these were not conversations being had. No. We could have African American grants. We could have African American funds for businesses, but now this is all being dismantled.
I think it's two sides to it. Okay. I think that there's a side that benefits us and there's a side that benefits everybody but us.
Yeah.
So, I don't have a stance on it. I just understand both sides before kind of make a judgment. So.
Okay, so you Republican. Listen, no. Yesterday, I know. Oh Lord, don't you have to tell us what your party affiliation is? But no, joking. But that was a good point. Now there is no other benefit though, right? For us, we just gonna be like we've been since we were brought and taken from our original lands and brought to this country. And I was on a call this morning, and I'll make an announcement soon. But I've been working with a group, and it's a big event coming up in June. And so they invited me to meet with them this morning, and it's all about bridging the diaspora, the Black diaspora, right? And for Black people one of the Africans said on the call this morning, he said, before I came to America, I didn't know anything about Black people besides ghettos and negative things. He said, of course, I knew Michael Jordan and I knew Snoop Dogg. He was like, but I didn't know there were black business people and companies that were black owned and ran.
That's crazy.
And so he said in Africa, when they're looking for investors to invest in their businesses, they don't think to call black Americans. They think to call Chinese business people, Indian business people. And herein lies the problem. And I say all that to say, when we see a country that keeps trying to roll back our liberties, right? Either we're gonna have to move to Africa and take advantage of some of those opportunities, or we're gonna have to stand up and fight. Now, you can't just sit back and let it happen. You got to choose ye this day what we're gonna do. Are we leaving and saying forget them, like they urged basketball players, which I thought was a great idea, not to go play at predominantly white institutions? That's smart, because that's you protest, and then that's how laws can change. Or you just we move out of the country, or you sit back and just not have any any progression for the black community, because before you know it, the Civil Rights Act is going to be overturned.
Yeah.
We see Roe versus Wade it has been overturned. That's a fight we're happening now, but they're showing you what they're trying to do.
Women's rights too.
Women's rights are being overturned. So we got to pay attention, believers. And I asked Jarrell, because I know he like, why he include me in this combo? Well, because I wanted to hear a younger person's take, because you said we need to get more young people listening to the show, too. So I wanted your input, because it's going to take, well, you're getting a little old now, bro. 30 is old. But it's going to take the generation right under us, the 19-year-old, 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds, because when we talk about the revolution not being televised, that's not true anymore.
Yeah.
The revolution is being televised, and it's on TikTok and it's on Instagram. But we can't get young influencers to televise it if they don't understand what's at stake. And so, believers, I'm encouraging you to pay attention to what's at stake, what's on the ballot. We just got through an election period, season. We're still waiting on one election results, and that's Cook County State's attorney. It is too close to call, and I will say it here on the Brunch Bunch. I'm not endorsing any candidate, but I'm saying Brother Clayton Harris the third, who is running for Cook County State's attorney. There's about 8,000 votes that have not been counted, and they are looking for volunteers to come down to the Board of Election and watch the votes to make sure that they are accurately and fairly counted. So if you're one of those people that want to make sure the right thing is done and you got time, reach out to Clayton Harris III, his campaign team. They have opportunities. They've been sending out email and text that they're looking for volunteers. Let's get involved and make sure that the right thing is happening. But the heart of the king is in the master's hand, and I don't know about you, but you couldn't pay me not to serve my God. It's Jordan Armstrong, my God, right here on the Brunch Bunch. They better be lucky this is a Christian station. I wanted to cut.
Oh, man, that's rough.
That is crazy.
That's rough.
But this is what scares you when you're an independent like me, or a Republican like Jarrell and Adam, or a liberal like Justice. I'm like, I don't vote party, but if I see the Republican Party take over the country again, and then we got all these Republican states rolling back all these laws, that's where the problem comes. It's like, look, because we already got to choose of the lesser of the two evils, right? We got a party that don't want us, and we got a party that don't need us. And so, turn that down some.
What happens when Democrats start opening up the laws that just only benefit everybody else, like the migrant situation, like the Asian situation? Because I was saying what I was saying, bro, because when I was in school, bro, it was 40% black when I was a freshman, bro. By the time I graduated, it was 10% black. And it was because they opened up an inclusion program for the Asian students, man. And they flooded the entire school.
Well, Asians have always taken advantage of the affirmative action.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, I want the programs if they benefit us, but if they don't benefit us, then they usually they take all us out of school about that. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, let's just point out Facebook, and hopefully Genesis, Adam can help you get on our live if you like to be live.
I did my
I like the way Jarrell said the Democrats, so that let me know. But I will say, I do want to say this to you, Jarrell. I forgot to ask you, and now I think this would be great. The Associated Press is in town, and they're doing a story. You hear from DC, he's doing a story on the immigration situation. That's what he told me. I said, AKA the migrant crisis. So he came to my event yesterday and interviewed people, but I told him I would connect him with a few more people before he leave Wednesday. Would you like to do an interview with the Associated Press? We putting you on the map, boy.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I got you. I'm gonna
do
tell him.
it.
You got 40 seconds.
Just copy paste that in the Safari.
I don't know if they're gonna. If I'm gonna say what they want me to say.
No, he
No, you're
won't.
not.
He want real, honest.
Yeah, say what he
And
don't
guess
want
who
to say.
came and met them yesterday? The Reparations Commission. He was
Oh,
like,
they
"Oh
probably got
man,
plenty,
that was a
yeah.
good."
Y'all want to go in a row? Y'all want to go right in?
Just right in.
Is my mic on or no?
It's gonna be on in 20 seconds.
It's been on.
Oh, it has? Oh, okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, we use
Yeah.
it.
Then whatever name.
Pronounce your last names. I don't say it wrong.
Ben Savanga.
That's what I thought. Yep. I'm like Freddie. I stay ready. It's your main man, Action Jackson, and you're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. We have a great guest in the studio, none other than Genesis Benson. And listen, I just had it right in my mind, then I overthought it. And we overthink ourselves out of some stuff, right? But Lorenzo and his daughter Genesis started Lorenzo's Frozen Pudding out of their Southwest Side Chicago home, selling their flagship flavor, real banana pudding, on the streets of Chicago. They expanded into Pete's Fresh Market and later focused on their top selling flavors. Genesis assumed 100% control of the organization, participated in the 2020 Women's Business Development Center cohort, Walgreens Top Shelf program, and in 2021, Walgreens began carrying Lorenzo's Frozen Pudding in 6 Chicago area stores. She's also a former classmate of mine in the Northwestern University Ascend program, where I was blessed to meet her and partner on the team with her, and she has become a friend, sister. We're so proud of her, and we're happy to welcome her back to the Brunch Bunch. Welcome, Genesis. Woo, 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 woo. Burn, 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 burn. Where you at, Jarrell? Oh man, look. It's like Friday. This club Brunch Bunch on Friday. Y'all already got trap music on the roster. But Genesis, I'm glad to have you and your amazing Frozen Pudding back in the building. And I'm sure you brought us some special treats.
Yes, I did.
How have you been?
Oh my God, I've been running around. That's how, just running with this company. I've been good though. It's been busy and we're growing, so it's been really, really good.
Wow. Listen,
Yeah.
now let me say this, because we talked about your titles as a daughter, as an entrepreneur, but you have 2 more important titles.
Yeah.
Mother and wife.
Yes.
And how are the family? How the kids?
Oh my goodness. It's 3 now. I think last time I came, I made it hit just 2.
Wow, right. Okay, yeah. So it's 3.
3 now.
What are the ages?
Soon to be 9-year-old, 6-year-old, and a soon to be 2-year-old.
Wow. Well, yes. You know what? You and MJ will be 2 next month. My son Yas will be 2 next month. So listen, I don't know the pain of 3, Lord Jesus, but 2 under 2, I don't know who tricked me. This is a big job, these babies. Yeah.
That's a lie.
But beyond that, let's start there then. How do you manage it all? Wife, mother, entrepreneur.
Man, you know what? You gotta sometimes let go. It just takes some naps, because the house is not going to be all the way clean, every single time. We clean the bathrooms, we clean the kitchens. That's for the most part. And everything else is just, in between laundry. You washing, you drying laundry. It's just a mess, And then the kids are growing.
Yeah.
Like they can't stay in the clothes you just bought them 2 days ago. They're growing fast. So.
Yeah, it's hard work. I mentioned last night, I'm a real man. You got to say that in 2024. I'm a real man. I'm a strong Black man. And I thought I can do anything.
Man.
Until I took fathers to the zoo without mothers.
Ooh, wait.
I left the zoo singing, "Who Run the World, Girl?" I'm like, bring the mamas, please. So I kudos to you for being a superwoman.
Man.
Can you share the full story on how Lorenzo's frozen pudding started and how you turned this into a successful business?
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, we started back in 2011. My dad, Lorenzo, who started the company himself, I was away at college around this time, and I was on the phone with him, and I'm, Dad, what you doing? I'm making banana pudding, Jenny, make it in the house. It's on Street, Chicago. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to come home and help.
Mm-hmm.
Graduated college a couple months later, came home with my psychology degree
and
made banana pudding in our house, and we sold on Street, Chicago.
Wow. And just you built this following, and you were selling out a pudding on the street.
On the street.
Now, of course, I know, but I'm thinking about the listeners who are meeting you for the first time. Frozen pudding. So is it just banana pudding you freeze, or is it ice cream? Is it gelato? Explain that.
Yeah, it's banana pudding frozen. We still use a pudding base. We tapioca starch, and we actually pasteurize our milk right in house. So it's like the cleanest of clean milk you can get. Like we pasteurize it, then we put it into production with all other ingredients. We have real fruit, so you have real banana in your banana pudding. Or you may have a strawberry, Snicker strawberry, which is real strawberries. We have a pineapple flavor, it's Hawaiian pineapple, and those pineapples are from Hawaii. And then we also have a fourth flavor now. It's a chocolate flavor. It's cocoa butter and real cocoa, and it's pH balanced. It's a really smooth taste. So yeah, and we put those together, and now we're in Jewel Osco, actually.
Wow! Congratulations! Yeah. So Walgreens, Jewel. Yeah. So look, we're not on the Chicago streets anymore. We're in the Chicago stores. Right, there we go. So what inspired you to take? Because in the bio we talk about how your father started it, but then look, you assume 100%. That when you first hear the story, it's like, dang, she put her father out to pasture. Like, dang, she took it from him. What inspired you to take control of the organization?
I just knew like where my dad wanted to go. He said he wanted to be national, and I'm like, okay, I want to be international. So I knew it would be me taking on a company. And for me personally, I named the company after him, Lorenzo's Frozen Pudding, because it's, it started with my dad, and it's the reason why I'm doing it in the first place. He's still around. He does tasting. If I bring some new flavors home, he's tasting the products. He's helping with ideas. But yeah, I had to take it on because, my dad's also a boomer. So like I'm a millennial. So it's like we're the age group where we were here before internet, and we grew with internet.
Yeah.
Our parents, they didn't grow with it. So it's like, let me go ahead and put this paperwork together and get something going.
And boomers are at the age now, and just a little tip for the believers. Listen, boomers are at the age now where they're retiring and moving out of their businesses and their jobs. Hint, hint. So, any boomers, you better reach out to them because they dropping these businesses for the low too. You be shocked what you can get these days because, and it's just a shift, right? And so as an entrepreneur, and kudos to you because it's Women's History Month. We're celebrating Black women all month long. Wow, what were some of the challenges you faced during the rapid growth period of Lorenzo's Frozen Pudding?
And my daddy wasn't all the way kicked out, just to start. He helped a lot. So when we went to Pete's, we went to stores for the first time in 2013.
Okay.
Pete's Fresh Market gave us all their stores. It had 9 at the time. So my daddy and I, we're in a shared kitchen at this moment, and we're making all the products, and we putting it on the shelves ourselves. We're doing demos, and we just a constant repeat. Every time we put it on the shelf, we have to do another reorder because we're selling out. So that was the big obstacle. It's like, how do we continue to keep this on the shelf?
Yeah.
So we phased out of Pete's Fresh Market in 2014. And we re-entered, and at this time I was married, so my husband was in the business with us, and we went to co-packing. And some parts of co-packing, you can get a co-packer where you can go in and help them make the product. You do something and they do something, you put it together. And that's what we did at this time, this phase. And we got some distribution, and at this time we were in 15 Mariano's, 15 Jewel Osco. Wow. All the Pete's gave us their stores. So we're in like 55 stores in Chicago and surrounding suburbs. And we were selling out once again on the shelves. And we realized that our profit margin didn't account for everything. You know what I'm saying? You don't really know until you expand, you get into these stores. It's like, hey, okay, you need to account for this and that. And that. So while we're getting great turns means while we're selling out on the shelf, you know, we still wasn't making up from the behind. You know what I'm saying? So we couldn't keep up. So we phased out of the business in 2017, and actually in 2020 is when I relaunched the business. I went into Top Shelf, and I did Northwestern. Like I did the thing because I want to get my foundational pieces, which are manufacturing. So I don't make my products at all anymore.
Good.
It's 2 hours away, so I'm always up there. I was actually up there maybe 2 days ago. So we make the products there. I have distribution, obviously now in these stores, and I got Walgreens. Walgreens is such a cool account to have too, because I remember it was COVID when we got it. I pitched them online. Everybody's virtual, and then I met up with Walgreens in the parking lot and gave them some samples.
pull up.
You know,
I got frozen pudding on the pull up.
And we got into stores, and that was just such a cool moment. Like that was really, really cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
And you know, most people, and when you're an entrepreneur, when you're in business, there are some things that you either know or you're gonna find out real quick.
Yeah.
And one of those things is you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. And you have to understand that you're not a failure because you scale back or you decide to close one store. Say, you know what, I'm gonna put a pause on this new location for now because I need to make sure we're financially sound over here. But that's when you got to take emotion out of business and not caring about what people are thinking. Because it's like, you're in 55 stores, why would you go down to 5 and 10?
Now you don't have anything. And you get it too, though. You know, we get it from the closest people to us because they're the closest to us. That's what we really care about, the people that's closer to us. So, like, when you say you fail or whatnot, because there's so many entrepreneurs that fail. We fail the majority of the time.
Yep.
You know, like, you know that.
Oh, yeah.
Know that. We fail the majority of the time. Like, you just see the little bit of successes that we have. But we're failing like everything else.
Yeah, look, they don't see us
you know?
crying. Look, I laid awake at night crying. That's all right. But, you know, we definitely have to educate the next generation of people on what's going on. I see you got a young man in the studio with you, and he's a part of the organization.
Yes,
Brother Alex Lindsay, welcome to the Brunch Bunch. How you feeling today? All right, so what's your role with Lorenzo's Frozen Pudding?
So I work with her. I work more as an assistant, just helping to sell the pudding. It tastes really good, so obviously I stay in for the long run.
Well, listen, he said the pudding is good. You know, the checks got to be good too, but the pudding is even better. But it's how has it been working with this beautiful young lady who's an entrepreneur, Black woman doing her thing? Has it really inspired you and made you want to go out and one day be an entrepreneur?
Of course, it's very inspiring seeing it happen in real time. Usually you'll see it in like articles or YouTube videos, but just watching it in real time, watching someone grow is very inspiring.
I love it. And Genesis, shout out to you for, you know, bringing them in, letting them work closely with you. I was taught when the doors open for you, hold it open for somebody else. And so you're doing that. So this pudding, you told us about the flavors. We are at 4 flavors now. Banana pudding, strawberry, chocolate. I'm missing one. Pineapple. Yep. And can we expect any new flavors anytime soon?
Yeah, you know what? Like, let's say y'all on Brunch Bunch, y'all have a particular flavor y'all come together, y'all like. I can do a specific flavor just for you.
Oh, wow.
So, like, I can do any flavor.
Okay, so custom flavor.
I can do custom flavor. So, currently, we are a supplier with Hyatt as well. And Hyatt do events. And they're like, hey, let's do this flavor. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me go back to the manufacturer, put something in together, and we get them flavors. So one flavor we did with Hyatt was like a pumpkin spice flavor or apple pie like flavor. It was crazy. It was nice. It's beautiful.
Wow. Well, Genesis, it sounds like God has really been good to you and Lorenzo's Frozen Pudding. And when we get back, we are going to continue this conversation. But it's First Church of Deliverance. He's been good right here on the Brunch Bunch. All right. This is okay. So you got anything special coming up?
That's the 200, the one, we're in over 200 stores.
Oh, okay. We need to talk about that.
Yeah. Jewel Lasco, they're my account now. They have 188 stores. And we're in all their stores.
Wow.
So you go to Jewel.
So I can go to Jewel's by my house and give me. Okay.
Any one of them.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
So look, 55 stores, you scaled back,
Yep.
reinvented yourself, came back. Now
Came
you're at over 200
Yep.
stores. Okay, so we'll talk about that. We want people to go out and buy. What about custom orders catering? Do you do?
Yeah, we can do custom orders, and we can. We're starting to flirt around with catering. It really depends on what it is. And
Corporate
like how big
events, maybe.
Yeah, we do corporate. Cause like when I deliver to you, it's a big tub, like a 2.5-gallon tub.
Okay.
You know, or I do have lower. I have a 1-gallon tub too, but yeah.
So you don't have to. You're not doing individual packaging.
No,
You're doing
tubs. Dropping them off and letting it be. Keep them frozen.
Is there a number where people can reach you?
Yeah, my number is 773-791-3327. Or,
website?
Yeah, LorenzosFrozenPudding.com. Or on Instagram.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you say it. I'm just writing it.
Yeah.
So if I need to repeat it.
Based off that list, pretty much any job. Manual labor, what's this?
That's the thing. You got 7 minutes, Marshall.
This was that song too.
Yes, I'm gonna need coffee.
Yeah.
1 minute of this because I want the
break.
More? Yeah, 1 minute more. Then we come right in.
I love that song. It's crazy. It's my favorite song. Yeah.
It's definitely my favorite.
Yeah.
Now, how old are you, Alex?
Yeah.
I am
19. That's what's up.
Baby, yeah. You should ask him about what he think about that whole Kentucky thing.
Listen, I didn't know what part. That's why I had to write the note.
Yeah,
like, is he in this interview? Or?
I would like to bring Alex around, so he can just wherever I'm at,
Now, Alex, I'm gonna give you a tip. When you're working with the superstar like this, always have that phone and capture good moments for her. She may not tell you to do it, but you always capture her.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah.
Content is king.
Content
is important.
And before social media was important, you just had to teach. My mentor taught me that. When I used to take him with me, he'd get pictures from me.
But you'll get pictures regardless, bro.
Okay.
It's still good for you to do it, but you'll get pictures regardless.
Yeah.
You're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. It's your main man, Action Jackson. And that was just my theme song. He's been good to me. Listen, the smile on my face is not because I won the lottery or got a bonus check. It's because God has been good to me. And our guest, Genesis, the owner of Lorenzo's Frozen Pudding, is smiling because God has definitely been good to her and shining the light. So, Genesis, let's hop right back on in. We talked about how you had to pivot. You had 50, you were in 55 stores. You realized that it was just too much. It was overwhelming. But now where are you at? How can people find you?
We're in over 200 stores now.
Whoa! You went from 55 to 0 to 200? Yeah. Over 200?
Yeah, over 200 stores. We're in Walgreens. So if you go on my website, at LorenzosFrozenPudding.com, you can see what Walgreens locations we're in. We're actually going to be expanding with Walgreens pretty soon. But if you're in Jewel Osco, any Jewel Osco, we're in all Jewel Osco stores.
Wow. I'm going to the one on Madison and Oak Park as soon as I get out the show. Well, I know you got me a sample. I may need some more. But I'm excited for you. That is amazing. And that's increased. So do we see Walmart? Are we trying to get in Walmart?
Yeah, so I'm selective. You gotta be very selective as an entrepreneur because you can't spread too fast, and which honestly I am going at a really fast rate. Walmart, you gotta know your customer too.
Yeah.
My products are premium. So if you're going to Walmart, you're not going to pick up my product. You're gonna pick up something else.
Okay, gotcha.
So what I'm focusing on are independent stores or stores that are more premium people go to where they know that the quality is going to be.
So we're going to see you in Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Sprouts and all little people, Meijer pretty so.
Now for the believers listening saying, I want to try. Now believers, if you like banana pudding or any pudding, you want a black quality, good for you, frozen pudding, you got to pick up some Lorenzo's Frozen Pudding. How can people connect with you and Lorenzo's Frozen Pudding?
You can connect with me via website at LorenzosFrozenPudding.com or Instagram or Facebook at Lorenzo's Frozen Pudding or you can call or send a text message to 773-791-3327.
Now, if I wanted to do from a church or like a ice cream, well, a pudding social, frozen pudding social, can we call you?
You can call me. You can send me a message on my website. It goes straight to my email. So you can do that. Or if you like want to do a fundraiser as well, like instead of like buying the typical popcorn or
I'm so sick of popcorn. Let me tell you,
get some frozen pudding, and we do fundraisers too.
Now you know what? Now that believers, don't y'all call me no more to buy some of that good popcorn or whatever it's called. If I get another link, I'm gonna go crazy. So let's switch it up and let's do a Lorenzo's Frozen Pudding fundraiser for your church, your school, your community organization. All you have to do is go to lorenzosfrozenpudding.com. That's Lorenzo's with an S, frozenpudding.com. You can pick up you some at over 200 stores, including Jewel's and Walgreens right now. Coming soon to all of the premier stores. I'm speaking it and claiming it right now that she will be international. You're going to be able to get her frozen pudding in South Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, wherever you at in the world. You see I was naming black countries.
I get it.
Maybe England too. We'll get y'all some. The wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. But you know what, Genesis, thank you so much for joining us. In 1 minute and 30 seconds, in what ways do you hope to continue growing and expanding your business?
Marketing and promoting. I obviously want to be international. Thank you for speaking that as well. I want to continue growing and promoting and marketing. So if you are out there and you have your own podcast, whatever, you need somebody to come through, that's me. You know, you need somebody, to come help co-host or anything. Like, I want to be where the people are, and we want to continue growing with our people.
I love it. Thank you. Let's give it up for Genesis. Well, in the spirit of, I can't even, I was going to start rapping. I'm not internationally known, but I'm known to rock a microphone. Okay, you like that, don't you? DJ Ron Bass up in the building on this gospel station. Believers, we want to encourage you on this Friday to stay safe, enjoy the weekend. Remember, this is Chicago, so I know a lot of y'all crying about the snow, but we know Chicago weather been bipolar since DuSable found the city. So look, believers, we want you to stay safe. If you're coming out to the Chicago Defender Women of Excellence event tonight, come up and say hi to me. I'm looking forward to it going down at the Hyatt Regency. And we encourage you to keep Love 24 alive. Tell someone that you don't know that you love them. Tell someone that you do know that you love them. Love will begin to spread like a wildfire. Tamara Fair, who's not on the air, we love you. Genesis and Lorenzo's Frozen Pudding, we love you. Believers, we love you. Baby Eminem, we love you. Up next, AC Green. After that, Pastor DeAndre Patterson with the afternoon drive. We get it done all night long, right here on Inspiration 1390. All right. Woo. Listen, go and pick up your Lorenzo's Frozen Pudding. Let's sell it out. Let's get it off the shelves. But more importantly, let's get all our churches and nonprofits and groups to use this as a fundraiser. Because I don't want no more popcorn. I do some pudding, but don't send me no more popcorn links. All right, believers. See you all on Monday. Have a blessed weekend.